Hey y'all, Chelsea and Danny here.
Enjoy this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube.
This week we're building a new addition that'll make life so much easier for this family. We're building a mudroom with plenty of storage and a very spacious laundry room. Stay with us.
Today's Homeowner with Danny Lipford, the voice of home improvement, with projects, tips, and ideas to help you improve your home.
In many new homes, there's a couple areas that are often neglected. The primary entry to the home, which usually is not the front door, but some rear door, and the laundry room. Boys, in some of the new houses, the laundry rooms are so small. Well, we're solving that problem for these homeowners by building a fairly modest addition that's 8 feet wide, 22 feet long, and within this addition, we're creating this area that's a nice little mud room, perfect place to come in and drop off the briefcase or the backpack. We'll have the entryway outside there, entryway here into the kitchen, and then this doorway that will lead into the laundry room. Now this is a nice sized laundry room, about 14 feet by 8 feet. We'll have the washer and dryer on that end. We'll have a laundry sink here, room for a refrigerator, which is real convenient to have a little bit of overflow refrigerator storage so close to the kitchen, and plenty of storage all the way around. Now this will take care of this house, and this is all part of a larger renovation that's taking place, but this week we'll concentrate on the completion of this area. Stay with us. You can see where this addition starts, and as I mentioned earlier, this addition will be for a new laundry room and a new mud room that also will be the entryway into the back of the house. Now, we did a lot of roof work on this small addition to keep it from looking like an addition. Now, it originally had a hip roof on this house, and we built our new roof to reflect all of the pitch and slope of the existing hip roof. All of the rafters were put in place, plywood sheathing. Then after the roofer completed all the shingle work, you can't tell where the old meets the new. Now, one problem that a lot of homeowners or contractors have when they're building small additions, they may try to put a flat roof or just a little lean-to roof on it. You'll always be able to tell where that addition started, and that's never a good thing in terms of resale. Now, the outside of this one place is looking great. Let's take a look inside. With our roofing completed outside, we have a dry area inside so that we can really move forward with the interior finishes. Now, over the last few weeks, the electrician was in and completed all the electrical work, which is quite a bit when you're talking about a laundry room. Also, the plumber had a good bit of work with the work for the washing machine, water and drain lines, the laundry sink, all of that was complete. And after that, we did a lot of insulation, not only in the ceiling area and the outside walls, but also, we had the insulation contractor completely fill the void in this wall between this, which may be a fairly busy area, and the adjacent living area to kind of deaden the sound a little bit. After that, our drywall contractor was out, installed the few sheets of drywall. The finisher only took a couple days. At this point, we're ready for trim work and a little bit of painting. You know, the homeowners are going to be very pleased with this area because it's a big difference from what they had before.
Originally, the laundry room was actually part of the kitchen space. You would come in through the garage and go through the small laundry room and come out into the kitchen. And that space just seemed so small to me that I wanted something larger than that. I think I'm gaining some space in my laundry room, which I'm excited about. The one that we had before was a little bit smaller, and this one will be bigger. Outside of the laundry room is the mud room, and that'll be a place for us kind of to come in the back door and for the kids to drop their shoes off or book bags or whatever they have. So that was another thing that we wanted to add in there.
Okay, we've created more space for Tina, but now it's time to dress it up and make it a little more attractive and functional. For functionality in a workspace, nothing beats well-planned cabinets, and that's just what Tina's getting for her laundry and mudroom. Lots and lots of cabinets. The homeowners, Rob and Tina, aren't living at the house while the renovation and addition is taking place, but Tina just dropped by, and it's her first time she's seen the cabinets in the laundry room. Tina, you got a lot of cabinets in here. What do you think?
I'm very excited.
Well, you did a great job on all of the design and everything laid out. It just seems like it's going to work out really well for you.
I'm pretty sure it will. I'm excited about all the space that we have, all the storage space. I'm real picky about things, and I measured bottles and made sure that we
good
had
idea.
enough
Really
space
good.
for that. So my tall bottles will fit in these shelves.
Oh,
and
that's perfect.
we've got our sink over here for whatever I need to do, and some storage space down here also. So it worked out well with all the space that we had with the addition.
Oh, you can even put a few things up top there if you need
Sure.
that extra space. Now, what about the large space over here? What do you have planned for that?
Well, we actually have a chest freezer that we are planning on putting in that space. We just figured since we had the space to use, we'd put it there, and it opens from the top, so it should work well.
Yeah, it's real convenient too, being so close to the kitchen and so forth.
Exactly.
Now, what about hanging space? I know a lot of the laundry rooms that we work with, someone has a rod there for hanging things. Do you have any plans for that?
We do. Actually, in this cabinet over here, we've got a little spot, kind of a hideaway for the
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
the hanging clothes for the laundry room, and then also we lost some space in the foyer area that we plan on maybe using this for some winter jackets or that type of thing.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Well, like I say, the design just has everything in here that you need. But one point that you made here, I think, just is perfect. The mudroom, and providing a little transition from the outside to the inside. And I'll bet your kids will really put that to use.
I hope they will. We just had seen this idea, the lockers, from another friend of ours, and thought, God, that's a great way to stow it all away. So this will be the perfect spot from walking in the outside and putting away jackets and backpacks, or even shoes down at the bottom. So we're real excited to be able to have that space.
That's just well thought out, and everything here just seems like it'll be a very efficient space, and it won't be long. We'll get the floor done and a few other things, and you'll be able to spend all those enjoyable days in there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, when we come back, we'll show you some of the finishing touches on this laundry room addition right after our simple solution.
It's time for this week's simple solution from home repair expert Joe Truini. Brought to you by Crane Board. Nothing else is solid core. Nothing else is Crane Board.
Over the years, I've seen many methods for carrying and storing extension cords. Joe has a favorite.
Well, this one involves using a 5-gallon plastic bucket, which many homeowners use around the house these days for storing all sorts of items. It's a perfect size for an extension cord. What you first do, though, is you take a drill with a 1.5-inch diameter hole saw and drill a hole near the bottom of the bucket. So I'm just going to drill it right here, the lower side, go right through the bucket, and that creates a hole for the plug end of the cord. So we're going to take this and feed it through. That hole, 1.5 inches, is just the right size.
Okay.
Then you can take the rest of the cord, this is a 50-foot cord, and dump it right in.
Okay, so you're able just to position this right by the outlet and then stretch the cord
Right.
out, then plug it in.
Come back and plug it in. Now the nice thing about this is, at the end of the day, when you unplug it and then you wind up your cord, you don't have to be that neat about it. You can just dump it right in there. If it's a little tangled up, it won't matter because the bucket will hold it. And here we have a 50-foot cord, and you see there's still plenty of room if you wanted to store a tool or some hand tools or even a power tool like this belt turner. It fits right in. You got a nice handle, just carry it right off the site.
Well, that's great. It's never suggested, though, to leave the cord coiled up because it can overheat and cause you some problems. But this is a great tip, Joe. We're back out on our mudroom, laundry room addition, and over the last day, the focus has been on the floor. Our ceramic tile contractors finished all the installation of our 18-inch by 18-inch ceramic on a diagonal pattern, and now it's ready to be grouted. But you know, so many times on any remodeling project, it's very tough to line up all of the trades and schedule them just when you need them, and occasionally there will be a little overlap. Well, that's exactly what's happened today, in that we're going to hold off on the grouting of this to allow time for our countertop contractor to make it in on the job and install our laminate countertop. It won't take him long at all, and after that, then we can complete the grouting of the floor. As soon as we get out of the way, Ron arrives with the post-form laminate countertop. Post-form tops are a great option for a laundry room because they're inexpensive, they're available in an enormous variety of colors and patterns, and as you can see, they're very easy to install. The backsplash is part of the top, so the only necessary preparations are sink cutouts, end cuts, and adding side splashes. Now the tile setter can grout the floor. Another thing that will be very convenient in this laundry room is the fold-down ironing board we're about to install on this wall. Greg's in the process of establishing the hole so that we can recess this in the wall cavity. Now, you know, a laundry room like this many times will serve kind of as the center point of the home for a lot of the controls to control a lot of the complicated devices in our homes these days. Here's a good example of something that we're installing in a lot of homes. It's a automatic transfer switch. Now, how this works is in the event of a power outage, this automatically will turn on a natural gas powered generator that's located on the outside of the home. Then the generator will power a selected number of circuits inside the house that's controlled by all of these breakers. Now, we have our regular sub panel, which is also something else very commonly located in laundry room. It also has breakers, but with the power off, only the ones here will actually be controlling the different power sources inside. So that's certainly convenient in the event of a power outage. Another thing we're seeing located in laundry rooms a lot, the controller for the irrigation system. That way it's inside, out of the weather, and should last a lot longer. Now, this is something that was added during the course of the renovation. It's a tankless water heater device that controls the exact temperature of the hot water in the home. So, great place to locate a lot of these type of instruments and controls. Now, for the installation of the fold-down ironing board, the first thing we do is locate the cavity that we pre-wired the wire to hook to the unit itself. Now, we'll cut out the sheetrock, install the wiring to the unit, and put it right in place. Before we go too far, we want to make sure the power is off so we don't nick the wire with the saw. We do this by checking an outlet that we know is on the same circuit that we'll be using and turning off that breaker. Then Greg completes the cutout by following the studs on either side with his saw and the layout lines for the horizontal cuts. 2x4s cap the space top and bottom, but the lower one has to be drilled through so that we can feed in the power line. Now we can carefully slip the cabinet in place and begin securing it to the studs and making all the electrical connections before we turn the power back on and check out our work. Hey, let's see, with the power on, let's see if everything's working here. One of the nice advantages of having a folding ironing board like this, you have a timed control on it so that when you turn it on, your light comes on, you can plug your iron in, and if you have an iron that doesn't have an automatic cutoff, you can position it right in here, and when the time expires, it'll cut everything off. Also, with the light itself, it has a push button there that when you close it, it'll also turn the light off. Now, you may have a couple different people that do the ironing in your home, two different heights. Well, this one adjusts from this size, and you can lift it up and it'll raise itself up 4 inches for someone that may be a little taller, and either way it still pivots very nicely so that you can move it around, have plenty of room to make those shirts and pants look very, very nice. So this is a great idea to really save a lot of the space that you may have in any size laundry room. And when we come back right after our best new products of the week, we'll have a few more space-saving ideas for you.
Let's join Danny at the Home Center to check out this week's best new product.
Occasionally, I'll get roped into doing a whole day of yard work at my home that'll include pruning and trimming some of the shrubs and trees that I have. Now, the old-fashioned pruners can really tire you out, and most of them require using 2 hands, which can really be inconvenient in a lot of situations. Well, many of the tool manufacturers are addressing these concerns with redesigning all kinds of traditional pruning tools. I found one that I really liked from Fiskars. It's called the Easy Reach. It's a 25-inch bypass pruner. This is also available in a 15-inch, but let me show you this. Let me take it out of the package and show you how neat this is. First of all, it has hardened steel blades that have a non-stick coating on it that it really makes a difference, and you can see the design of it. It has a little latch to hold it closed, or you open it and you can use this with one hand, and with it being this long you can reach way up in a tree, or if you have some bushes like holly bushes that can really stick you, you can reach in there and do your trimming without any problems at all. Now, it's very easy to use, and if you have to kind of torque on it a little bit, you can use 2 hands, but it should last you a long time since it's from Fiskars, and one this size, it's a 25-inch, will cost you around $30. The 15-inch ones will cost you around $25. Our laundry mudroom addition is almost complete that we're building on the rear of this home, providing a nice little rear entry into the kitchen area and a very efficient laundry room. Now our appliances, our washer and dryer, were delivered just a few days ago, and Audrey Reed Granger from Whirlpool dropped by to share with us some important considerations for creating the modern laundry room.
What families are looking for in terms of laundry room design is full functionality. Look at this countertop. This is one of the biggest trends right now in laundry rooms. So you have space after you've done the clothes with the washer and the dryer. You have space for sorting or for treatment, and then you have a sink. One of the big trends, and you don't see it necessarily in this house, but something that we devised is called the in-sink spa. And what it is a jacuzzi for your hand washables. Another major trend in terms of functionality is that people want to have more of that they can do within the space. Like this is a built-in ironing cabinet. Great, you just let it down, you can iron. It's up to you, it doesn't take up all the space. Right here is another product. This is our fabric freshener. It doesn't wash and it doesn't dry clothes, but what it does do is freshen clothes that are wrinkled or have an odor that needs to be removed. So all of these functionalities coming to live in this one place. That's the home of the 21st century. Nowadays, the trend is to develop products that are based on the insights of busy moms like Tina. You have a couple of children, they're young, you have a demanding job, lots of calendars to keep. That's why you need something that is incredibly smart. We developed this with the sanitary function. Moms were demanding products that could actually clean bibs and cloth diapers. This gets up to 153 degrees. Then you have your high efficiency dryer. They work in such synergy. So by the time you get your clothes done here, they're ready to go into the dryer and vice versa. There's no waiting and shifting in between laundry loads. What we're finding is that moms are looking for products that are highly efficient and highly effective and fit into their demanding schedules. This home for Tina and Rob is exactly what we call the family studio concept. What we found is that families are looking for the functionality of a space. So you have everything here. You have your washer, you have your dryer, you have your counter, you have your workstation, you have all of the different assets that you need for fabric here in one space. The trend that we're seeing based on our most recent research is that every family that's either buying a new home or remodeling a home is demanding this type of space with this functionality and this feel. Notice we don't feel crowded in here. So Tina could be in here with 2 kids, easily be able to work around the kids, get all of her work done, and everyone could feel just comfortable while they were doing it. That's the family studio concept.
Well, it looks like we're on the right track with our laundry room. When we come back, we'll see what the homeowner thinks.
Let's head outside for Around the Yard with lawn and garden expert Tricia Craven-Worley.
That's a nice out-of-the-way spot for a compost pile.
Well, you know, Danny, this compost pile happened just by accident.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one time I had just a lot of leaves and I didn't want to put them all in my compost bin, so I just threw them over here.
Well, it seems perfect and everything. I doubt you'd want to put any of the household waste in there, though.
Well, actually, by choice, I just put nothing but leaves here, and the leaves and then a little bit of dirt that is attached to them. It's amazing what kind of really, really rich loam it's created over the years.
What's the deal with a drainage pipe? You got a drainage problem?
Well, actually, this is a really good tip. You know, one of the main components of making a compost pile healthy is the aeration. And this is just a PVC pipe that I bought at a home store, and as you can see, it has these little perforated holes.
I see.
And those go, there are 2 rows of them, and they go all the way to the length of this wall. And so it allows a little bit more air to come in through this hole that I won't block up.
I see. I guess the wire fence over there helps in that way, too.
Oh, yeah, this is great. And, you know, it was one of those incidental things that I didn't know how good it would be. And this is, so we have cross ventilation here. And, you know, because the pipe is so easy to move, you can see that if I chose to allow the pile to get higher, I could certainly put in another pipe.
Well, you have plenty of room for a little more debris. I'll give you a hand.
Okay.
Well, Tina, I hope you find a place for everything in your new laundry room.
I think we've got enough space for everything. Actually, we even have more down here on these little pedestals. I don't know if you've seen those yet or not.
I think those are great ideas, and I know you'll find plenty of stuff to put down in there.
Definitely.
Now, I think the only thing you have left in here, what's your freezer's yet to come.
Yep, and that should be here in the next week or so. So it's a perfect spot for
It
it.
is real convenient. Now, notice out in the mudroom, you're already starting to get some use out of all of the cabinetry and everything. This should really work out well.
We're excited. It's a perfect spot for the girls to come in and put their backpacks down and coats and shoes, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
that's perfect. Well, best of luck on the rest of the move-in, and especially good luck on getting the girls to put the stuff where it belongs. So.
Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to like, comment, and hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified of new videos.
And be sure to click around and watch some more videos while you're here.